Guys, we need to talk about something, especially if you're Filipino planning to go to the US, or an American guy here in the Philippines who's trying to bring your wife or fiance back home to the States. Because something big just happened out of the US. Trump saying he wants a permanent pause on immigration from third world countries. And look, I'm not here to be political. I'm just here as someone who's lived in the Philippines for almost 10 years. Someone who's seen thousands of Filipinos go through the K-1 visa process or spousal visa process, or even getting their green card, nursing visa processing, things like that. And honestly, this kind of announcement could end up changing a lot more than people think. But before we get into it, if you're new here, hit the like button, subscribe to the family. You could have been anywhere else on this platform, but you chose mine, so I'm highly grateful for that.
In the wake of an Afghan national murdering a service member in the National Guard and wounding another here in D.C., the State Department has hit pause now on all immigration. They are also looking for legal mechanisms to tamp down on a much wider range of countries. They write mass migration poses an existential threat to Western civilization and undermines the stability of key American allies. One prominent advocate for Afghans who risked their lives to serve alongside Americans and fight the war on terror in that country says
against some of President Trump's new controversial immigration proposal, including a plan in which he says he would like to permanently ban all migration to the U.S. from so-called third world countries.
They shouldn't be in our country this way.
Can you give any
We
kind
don't
of
want
time?
them. We don't want those people. We have enough problems. We don't want those people. No time limit.
And then
But it could be a long time.
you said that
We don't want those people. Do you understand that?
So whether this converts into actual U.S. foreign policy remains to be seen, but he explained his reasoning by saying these countries are without governance and they rely on criminals to preserve law and order.
So let's talk about this in a way that I'll talk about friends or coffee, not political. When I first heard Trump saying he wants a pause on immigration from third world countries, my first thought was, well, okay, what does this even mean? And does that include the Philippines? Because the word third world country isn't even a legal category. It's outdated for sure. People actually don't like it. It's so vague, and it hits differently depending on how people interpret it. And the immediate reaction from Filipinos online was exactly what I expected. Does that mean that Filipinos aren't going to be able to immigrate to the US anymore? And honestly, I get why people are so confused or even moved by this. For millions of Filipinos, the US is still the #1 dream, whether it's working there, studying there, and for Americans who fell in love with the Filipina, that whole K-1 fiance visa, that CR1 spousal visa process is already a stressful enough process. So hearing a statement that immigration from third world countries is being paused, I mean, yeah, it raises a bunch of eyebrows. Now, I want to make this very clear. The Philippines is not banned right now. Filipinos are still traveling, visas are still being processed. But the thing that worries people, and honestly worries me a little bit as well, is the tone of the announcement. Because when you say third world, it's too broad. Because it sweeps up countries that have absolutely nothing to do with whatever issue you're trying to solve. And Filipinos end up stuck in the middle, even though the Philippines has been one of America's closest partners, and one of the most giving as well as far as their medical staff. I mean, let's be real. Filipinos have shaped U.S. healthcare, literally everything regarding these sectors. Filipino nurses, caregivers, Filipino families, Filipino wives and fiancés who moved to America and built entire families there. So hearing language that lumps the Philippines with unstable or hostile nations doesn't sit right with a lot of people. And honestly, it doesn't really sit right with me as well. Now, what I don't want is people that follow me, that watch my videos to panic. But I do want people to be aware, especially those Filipinos, especially Americans. You guys, people that watch my videos, who plan to petition their Filipino wives. We've all seen what's been happening with ICE and immigration in the US. I've lived here for almost a decade. I've seen how hard Filipino families work to get visas even approved, even to get their visas approved. I've seen couples wait years just to be together again. I've seen Filipinos who finally get a chance to work as a nurse in the US, reunite with their other Filipino families that are already there. something their whole family depends on. And such a sudden policy change throws everything in chaos. And the truth is, with US immigration, when someone announces a big sweeping change, even if it's not in effect yet, the process usually slows down for you people that are trying to apply for these visas. Not announced, but you'll still feel it. More delays, more scrutiny, more questions during interviews, more documents being requested. And for American guys living in the Philippines with their Filipino partner, trust me, this is something you need to pay attention to. I know so many guys are thinking, yeah, we'll go to the US next year, no rush. Meanwhile, immigration policies can flip in just a day. I don't want to scare any of you guys here though. If anything, I'm trying to help you stay ahead. And because I've seen too many couples who thought they had all the time in the world suddenly get slapped with delays, changes, and additional requirements. And this is why I'm making this video, not to talk about politics, but to talk about the impact on real people. Guys that are planning to bring their woman back to their country. People that are hardworking, Filipinos, they all deserve clarity. Filipino wives and fiancés deserve fairness, I think. American sponsors deserve transparency, I think. And to be quite honest, guys, the Philippines deserves more respect. This country has been a partner to the US for so long, and so many people on so many levels. So hearing the words third world immigration pause just doesn't feel right, especially if the Philippines is one of the countries included. Now, I didn't officially see if they was included. I don't think they released an official document saying which countries are included. They just had put a vague statement out there saying third world countries. Now, what I think Filipinos should do, I'm not going to rattle off bullet points or anything like that. I just want to talk to you straightforward. If going to the US is part of your life plan, whether it's through marriage, work, or family, just stay informed. Don't wait 6 months and then suddenly find out that rules have changed. You got to pay attention to the announcements. Following the local immigration updates, this is something that even I do myself here. And don't assume that the system will stay the same forever, because it never does. And if you're an American who's planning to bring your Filipino wife or fiance to the US, don't keep postponing your plans. Immigration can close its doors fast. We already seen that in the past year. And let's be real, it doesn't always reopen quickly. But again, I want to say it clearly to you guys out there that are watching. Filipinos are not banned. Nothing officially has changed yet. But this kind of language could lead to policies to make life harder for Filipinos who deserve some opportunities, just as anyone else should have. So my message to you guys out there that are watching, it's quite clear. Just stay aware. Stay prepared, guys. Know what's going on in US politics and immigration news. Don't let news like this catch you off guard. And I'll keep covering this because as someone who has lived in the Philippines for nearly a decade, who has close Filipino friends, Filipino family, and even has seen both sides of the immigration system, I know how important this is. So that's it for this story, guys. I just wanted to share my perspective on what's happening with the US immigration and why Filipinos and Americans with Filipino partners need to stay alert. So if you're planning to move to the US or you're trying to bring your Filipino wife or fiance over, just stay informed, stay patient, and just be ready for any sudden changes. I want to hear from you guys out there that are currently going through the K-1 visa process, a spousal visa, or thinking about moving to the US. Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. I read all the comments and I'll try to answer as much as I can. If this video helped you understand the situation, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with anyone you know who is planning to move to the US or bring their Filipino partner. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll always keep you updated on any new immigration news as soon as it comes out. Until next time, guys, take care and be safe. Peace.
Know you used to love me. I know you got someone.